You can look high, you can look low, but if you watch this show, you'll be in the know.
Hi, and welcome to this edition of In the Know. Today we're going to be talking about pre-K at Pasadena ISD. I'm sitting here with Rebecca Terry. Hello, Rebecca.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. She is our pre-K coordinator here at Pasadena ISD. So tell us a little bit about yourself and the pre-K program.
Well, I've been the coordinator here for about 6 years, I think. Before I was the coordinator, I was the instructional specialist for pre-K through first grade. And then about 6 years ago, we needed to do some changes within the pre-K program, so they hired me to just take over pre-K and build the program, and that's what we've been doing for the last few years. When I took over, we had pre-K at about 26 campuses out of 36. Now we have it at all 36 campuses. We were mostly half day, and now we're all full day at all of our campuses. So we have a very vibrant pre-K program here with 120 teachers, 120 paraprofessionals, and two pre-K coaches that help me support those teachers.
Wow, incredible! Did everybody out there know that? That's a lot. That's a lot for everyone to know, but if you're a parent with a child coming up into the pre-K program, right now is pre-K Roundup. Can you tell us a little bit about what pre-K Roundup is?
Well, we're getting ready for pre-K Roundup. We're going to open up registration on Monday. So all of the principals and APs and the attendance clerks at the campuses are getting all of their documentation ready, and they are getting ready for you to start calling them to ask questions. Monday morning, you can go onto our website and click on the button and start your enrollment process. So it's a two-part process. First, you go online and it will navigate you into our Skyward system, which is the system that we enroll children in. And there's one pathway for parents that already have children in the system. And there's another pathway for brand new families that don't have a child in our school system yet. We also have it set up so that if you need help, you can click on a link and it will tell you who to contact at your zoned campus so that attendance clerk can navigate you through the online process.
Incredible. Okay, so I'm a parent. Let's just say I'm a brand new parent, and I'm about to, I'm on the fence of whether or not I want to bring my child to pre-K. What are the benefits for a student that starts with pre-K?
There are so many benefits that I'm going to have to go with just a few of them. Number one, for children that have never been away from the family and never been around other children except maybe family members, we are the bridge between home life and school life. So what we notice in our pre-K program is the social emotional development for 4-year-olds. They come in and yes, some of them cry the first day and some of them cry the first week or two. But they settle in, they learn how to get along with others, they learn how to share, they learn how to ask questions, they learn how to answer questions and follow directions, and they make friends. For some children, it's the first time they've really ever made friends. So to me, that's the number one benefit. But they also, if a child comes in and they don't know their colors or their alphabet and they don't know numbers, we teach them that. If they do know their colors and they do know the letters of the alphabet and they do know their numbers and how to count, then we move them beyond that. And we teach some of our pre-K kids how to read. We teach all of our pre-K kids how to write. Most of our kids, when they leave pre-K, they're beginning mathematicians and they're adding and they're subtracting.
Incredible. Okay, so do you see a difference between a student who went through a pre-K program and one who started at kindergarten?
We absolutely do. And what I do know, because I used to work with the kindergarten teachers in this district too, is that the kindergarten teachers are thrilled when they get children in their classroom the following year from our pre-K program, and they talk about how the kids in our program are so much further along than kids that haven't gone to school, and maybe even children that are in other schools as well. Like I said, our children in our program, they learn how to add and subtract. Many, if not most of them, learn the beginning parts of reading. They write in pre-K, and when they start that kindergarten year, they're not scared of school anymore. Whereas not most of them, some of our pre-K kids come in a little frightened of the school setting because they've never been in that setting before. But not only kindergarten, what we know within our school district, but also just with research out there, and I just have to throw that word out there because it is out there, that children that go to pre-K are more likely to graduate from high school than children that do not go to pre-K.
Okay. Now, what do you say to a parent that is worried that their child is still too young to go to school? Oh, you know what? I want to keep them home. I want to keep them home for another year. What do you say to those parents?
I say send your child to pre-K. It is scary, and I don't want to lie. I want to be very transparent with parents. For some children, the first few days of pre-K are traumatic because it's the first time they've ever left their parent. But they, after a while, settle in. They love their teachers. If you walked in our pre-K classrooms right now, which I was just in our pre-K classrooms last week and the week before, they are happy, they are joyful, they are learning. All of our kids know how to write their name. I saw kids last week reading in little books, playing with each other. They have their mask on, and they're interacting with each other. And yes, it is traumatic at the beginning of the year for some kids, but they do settle in. And if you want your child to have that jump start, our pre-K program will help you with that.
Okay. Last March, everybody nationwide got hit with a curveball. Mm-hmm. We'll call it the COVID curveball. And so a lot of adjustments have had to be made. I mean, virtual learning, distance learning, and do we bring them back face to face? There's just been a lot of questions out there that, we've been following federal, state, local guidelines to get our kids back in school. What safety precautions are in place for these kids, that you can reassure parents that the students are safe in the classroom?
Number one, there is hand sanitizer everywhere in our pre-K classrooms. We have always had hand sanitizer in the pre-K, kindergarten, all the way through fourth grade, quite frankly. But when you go in a classroom now, it is everywhere. All the children are wearing their mask. We are lucky because we have a teacher and a paraprofessional teaching aide in our classroom, and they're constantly reminding them that when the mask slips below their nose, to put that mask back up. So there's constant reminders, there's constant hand washing, constant use of hand sanitizer. We have plexiglass up in some of the classrooms. What we found this year with our little ones is we don't necessarily need that so much. As long as our kids are wearing their mask and washing their hands and using hand sanitizer, we are keeping the kids safe, and the kids are actually able to sit together in twos and work within the workstations and play the games that we give them.
Incredible. Okay, so for parents that are interested in enrolling their child in pre-K, can you tell us some of the eligibility guidelines for the program?
Yes, we have 6 eligibility guidelines. Let's see if I can remember them all. First of all, we look at limited English speakers. So children that English is not their first language. And what we'll do when you come in is we will assess your child using an oral language survey. or oral language test, and children that are limited English and speaking in English, limited English speaking, they will qualify for our program. Other things that we look at, using the family's income, and that's based on the free and reduced lunch program. So it's the same parameters. Any child that is in the foster care system or has ever been in the foster care system qualifies for pre-K. Children of military members, so anyone that's active in the military, or any family or child that has lost a parent on active duty or was injured in the line of duty, they qualify for pre-K. Any child that is considered homeless under the McKinney-Vento Act qualifies for pre-K. And then the last one, which is a very little known qualifier and very few children qualify under this, is the Star of Texas Award. And this is an award that is given to frontline workers when they're injured in the line of duty.
Okay, I want to take a step back to the McKinney-Vento homeless. Homeless does not necessarily mean without a home. It can mean displaced. It can mean, they were evicted from their apartment. They're now living with relatives. That's considered, even though they have a home, that's still considered displaced, is still considered homeless under McKinney-Vento. Is that correct?
That is correct. When parents come in to enroll their child, or families come in to enroll their child, they'll fill out a student residency questionnaire, and it will talk about, is this permanent or is it temporary? And then those questionnaires are sent to our McKinney-Vento office. They call the families, talk to the families, and then they determine if the child qualifies.
Okay. So with pre-K roundup coming up, how long do parents have to sign up their student to pre-K?
We have a long time for that to happen. What we would like to see happen is we would like to see most of our families begin the process between next Monday and the end of the school year, because we've got principals and assistant principals and attendance clerks on the campus that can help them right now navigate through the process. But if that doesn't happen, we will continue to enroll throughout the month of June. We will start to shut things down in July because we have to roll systems over, and we'll start back up at the beginning of August.
Now, it also helps with the hiring. When you know how many kids are already here, it helps to budget for the following year. Is that correct?
Absolutely. So what we are doing is we will be watching the enrollment process over the next few weeks to see if we need to add teachers and teaching assistants at some of our schools if they fill up.
Okay.
And we want parents to know that there will be room at their zoned school.
Incredible. So everyone out there, now you're in the know. You're in the know about pre-K roundup, and let's get your kids signed up. If you've got a kid who is 4 years old,
4 years old by September 1st.
If 4 years old by September 1st, they're eligible for that may be eligible for pre-K. Let's go ahead and get them signed up. Now you're in the know.